Welcome back to our midday broadcast of your very feel-good breakfast show today that's gone to midday. And when you need a voice to speak for a cause, you need one that resonates as powerfully as Jarrad Ricketts does. He's joining us now to share more about the work that he has done in collaboration with Cape Mental Health as their ambassador for the past few years. In fact, it's not new. And as well as his involvement in the ongoing 26th annual Cape Town International Kite Festival, which is being held in the virtual space for the first time. So the kites will be flying right across the globe. Jarrad, welcome to it, my friend.
Thank you.
I really do love you because every time we connect, we're connecting around a really important cause. And I think you and I have met like that years ago.
Yes.
Through these sorts of events. But you've chosen to make this one of the pillars of your existence to back these things, and mental health specifically, because you've been involved for a couple of years now. You're officially an ambassador of Cape Mental Health. Why?
For me, it's very important to change the conversation around mental health. You know, I think the perception out there is mental illness is something that you'll never be confronted with. It's this far-fetched idea when, in fact, our mental health is being compromised on a daily basis, especially during these times, with a focus on our youth as well. I mean, considering what's been happening with schooling, you know, with probably faced with parents who've lost jobs or pay cuts, you know, that's enough for a child to really just be confronted with all the facets pertaining to mental health. And I just want to use my platform and my voice to let kids, and in fact everybody out there, know that it is okay. You know, that there are means and ways of getting the help. Beautiful organizations like Cape Mental Health that can assist you, you know, or a friend or a family member or anybody in your community.
Even a celebrity that you look up to. You know? Yeah. This is layered, because I hear what you're saying from an awareness point of view and using your platform as a celebrity, a performer, a singer, someone who's on TV. But then you action that by offering a source of comfort. And that seems to be a very big part of you performing as much as you are at the moment, in virtually and on our show, and where you are in the ministry that you're involved in. And why is it so important now, do you think, to be that source of comfort on a really personal level?
Wow, you know, I've been given this gift of music. And I've always questioned, you know, what is my place on this earth? You know, and it's as clear as day to me that this is a gift that I need to use to spread a message of hope and encouragement to the community of South Africa and our broader international community. Music heals.
It does.
You know, and I'm really fortunate and blessed to be in this position where I'm able to align myself with an amazing organization like Cape Mental Health and use this God-given gift to help instill that hope. You know, so many people out there have so many big question marks about the future, about themselves, and I'm so happy that I get to be, as you've mentioned, that source of hope for all of them out there. So. And
when we listen, we get to feel it. It's not just about being told it, you get to feel it, even if it's for just that moment. That moment when the kites hit the sky, and I mean, you've been out there at Bloberg to see the multitude of kites.
Yes.
That it really is. Talk about kind of freeing yourself mentally just for that moment. How cool is it to be a part of this event specifically?
I have a massive love for this event. So I've been doing it for 17 years.
Wow.
I've got a long-standing relationship with the organization, and I think the symbolism for me is what resonates, you know, about the kites being in the air, about being set free, about shedding light on this topic in a different way. And I'm passionate about this because, in fact, this was the first big stage that I got to perform on as an artist. Yes. I remember it clear. I was 17 years old, and I was begging for an opportunity to perform on a stage, and they said, come on and show us what you've got. And every year since then, I've been a part of the festival and other components of the organization that I try to get involved in. So,
well, one of those components has now gone virtual, as we've seen so much happen in 2020. We've been forced to kind of widen our gaze, broaden our scope, and go online, which presents opportunities for artists. You were one of the first, I think, we interviewed that took it to the online space to perform. You've got Hope on the Rise, hashtag Hope on the Rise, a virtual showcase. What's that about?
Well, I think it's exactly what it says. You know, it's about instilling that sense of hope again. It's about getting people re-energized, revitalized, and knowing that there are solutions out there. I think for people who suffer with mental illness, whether it's yourself or a family member or a friend or somebody that you know, I think we get lost, you know, and with the stigma attached to it, we don't know how to solve it. Where do I get the help? And with reinstilling this hope and reaffirming all the amazing work that Cape Mental Health does, this is such a beautiful way to do it. As you've mentioned, it's virtual, so we can reach more people. I think in the past we've been sort of limited to who comes to the festival. Now it's this amazing platform where you could be living abroad and you could tune in, you could get your ticket and you can watch.
Well, I like the idea of investment, because there's so much focus on investment in the country, investment in areas that desperately need it now, and effect-driven investment.
Yes.
Now we show them what they can invest in that space. Let's get practical here for a second, because I think we've all lived our journey quite openly over this last time. How did we get back to work? How did we conquer the major challenges of, I think we've spoken about this so much. For those that are looking to reconfigure their life right now, that are struggling with various, and we all sit on the spectrum of mental health.
Yes.
All of us. And if you don't think you do, you're kidding yourself, unfortunately. That's just the human condition. How have you been able to kind of recalibrate yourself to adapt to this year? What advice do you have to other young people specifically that are looking to kind of refresh their perspective of life now?
For me, it's all about taking a step back. That's what I had to do, and realize that this is happening, but it's not the end of the world. It forces us to think differently and to do things differently. And I applaud SABC3 and Expresso show for doing just that. I mean, you've configured your shows, and you've chosen content that...
People are fainting in the background because they're just so blown away by it. Love it.
And yes, so for me, I personally just took time out to understand my space and how I can affect in this new way. And I think for kids out there, it's about understanding that change is inevitable, but you can choose your response. You can't choose what happens around you, but you can educate yourself and you can take stock of who you are, where you are right now. I mean, I suffered with depression a few years ago, and I too, in that time, had to kind of
heal, or how do you pull yourself out?
Yeah, so I did my research, and I was fortunate that I had people and support like Cape Mental Health around me, so I could understand the subject matter. But so many kids out there don't understand, and so it's about taking the time to understand where you are in this space. Like I said, taking stock and realizing that it's not the end of the world, that there are ways of doing things. As a musician, I've been so busy during lockdown because we just kept identifying opportunity. And for kids out there, it's about being solutions driven, I guess. Yeah.
I love that, buddy. We're going to let you do what you do best in just a moment and raise hope. Hope on the rise. I absolutely love that, the virtual showcase that you're going to be offering, but he's going to be going live with a beautiful performance. You can catch Jarrad Ricketts in just a moment, and you can see the likes of comedian Dalen Oliver, another one of my favorites, drag performer Manila Von Tees. They're all going to be getting involved, and it's this Saturday, the 24th of October, from 7 o'clock. Tickets are available at a recommended minimum donation, I like that, of just 50 Rand, and you can pick them up at capementalhealth.co.za. That performance is on the way.